Customers can save money by deploying new communications and collaborations technologies and reducing travel budgets. Customers can reduce cost by standardizing their end-user computing environment and running it in a more streamlined form. Customers can save costs by moving to more rapid application development platforms like our new SharePoint platform, and you can help take them there. So we've got a lot of ideas. In fact, up on Microsoft.com, you can find a paper, 13 ideas on how we can all help IT departments save money. But at the same time, there will also be, despite the with less emphasis in all IT departments, the truth is the businesses that these IT departments serve are going to continue to ask them to do more. Our customers are still not satisfied with the speed with which they can deploy new products because of IT. Our customers collectively are still not pleased with the availability of information and answers to the questions that they have when they run their businesses. I was with some customers yesterday in Mumbai, and they echoed themes. I was with the CEO of one of the banks here in India, and he was saying there's so much he wants to know about his business that he does not know, and yet he knows the data is all locked up in the computer. And he's wondering, how do I get at that data? How do I bring it out? How do I use that data to make better decisions? This happened to me a few years ago. I was sitting on an airplane reading a computer magazine, and the guy sitting, that's when there still were computer magazines, 5 years ago before the internet. Guy sitting next to me looked over, and he sort of goes through and he says, you in the computer business? I said, yes. I don't know about you, I get very nervous when people talk to me on airplanes. And I said, yes, I am. I'm thinking he probably wanted me to help him fix his computer or something. And then he said, well, we've got a lot of computers in my company. And I said, that's fantastic. I really love the fact that you have a lot of computers. Of course, thinking to myself, I hope they all run Windows. And then he says, but I have a question for you. My job is to set the price of car insurance in the state of Colorado for my company. And I have a theory that we should charge more for car insurance if you buy it between Christmas and New Year. I said, why is that? He said, I think the only people who buy car insurance between Christmas and New Year are people who are planning on drinking too much alcohol for New Year's. You'd have to agree it's a reasonable theory. And I said, well, what's the problem? He says, for me to raise prices that week, I have to prove to the regulator that my theory's right. And I know the computers know whether I'm right or not, and I have no clue how to find out. Those kinds of frustrations continue to exist. And so IT does matter, and it matters today more, in fact, than ever before. And the pressures from do more with less to be what we at Microsoft like to call more dynamic in IT. Dynamic. Optimize your infrastructure, servers, end-user computing. Move in the direction of rapid application development. Put users at the center of everything that you're doing. There's some themes that we've been working on and building on across our server products, our tool products, Office, the end-user computing environment, Windows Mobile. The pressure on us as a vendor, spending this year, despite the economic reset, we'll spend over $9 billion. $9 billion. Over 45,000 man-years every year creating these product sets because we believe and we're committed to drive this kind of a vision of IT that allows businesses to do more with less. Do more with less. If you take a look at the platform and you have hundreds of breakout sessions and many of our people from our R&D center here in Hyderabad to speak with you, we have a very complete platform from the client, from Windows, from IE, Office is a higher level, not just set of applications, but development tools for the next generation of productivity. We have a way to connect those clients and the Windows mobile client that goes with it. We have a way to connect those to server products, Windows Server, SQL Server, SharePoint. But we're also beginning the embrace of the cloud, Windows Server to Windows Azure, SQL Server to SQL Azure, SharePoint, SharePoint Online, Exchange, Exchange Online, Office Communication Server, OCS Online. So that if you have customers that want to deploy to their own data center or enterprises that want to deploy to the cloud, we have a platform that you can use to build and deploy those kinds of applications. I'd say the sweet spot in many ways of how people are building applications has moved. The biggest applications, the biggest projects are still largely built around an operating system and a database with great development tools. In our case, Windows Server, SQL Server, Visual Studio Team System. But a lot of the value now actually comes in the customization of existing applications. It comes in custom workflows and document management. It comes in allowing people to get access to data from within products like Excel or Outlook. And so we need to think about SharePoint and Office as a platform for rapid application development, for business intelligence. And in fact, if you actually look at our product portfolio, our most rapidly growing product in terms of revenue is our SharePoint product. As people move more and more to build applications using the SharePoint infrastructure for rapid application development. Our CRM product has taken off on some of the same themes, with our CRM product now coming together with SharePoint, but also as a rapid application development platform, well integrated with Office on the front end. So many of you will build big, bespoke applications for the telecom companies, the utilities, the financial services companies around the globe. And we want you to build them on Windows and SQL, but many of these things will be more rapid application development, and our platform continues to evolve in both ways. It's also a big year for us because it's the year of Windows 7. Windows 7. I'm very excited about Windows 7. We announced this week that the product would be available by Christmas time. It's a product that is simpler to use, more performant, better from a security and administration perspective for IT people, and frankly, has many wonderful features, something for every user to fall in love with. My 14-year-old son, I don't even remember what it was now, he came to see me the other day. He had installed the beta, and he had some feature that I didn't even know about in Windows 7 that he was in love with. I've fallen in love with the home group technology so we can organize our digital media at home. We have users who've fallen in love with the direct access capabilities so that you can avoid the complexity of firewalls and razzing in for authentication into your corporate network. There's so much in this product, and I think there's so much for end users, developers, and IT pros all to get very, very excited about. And the world wants, frankly, another Windows release. Vista has been very popular, but, shall we say, much talked about. I think that was clear. I hope Windows 7 is all well talked about and very popular. And we're excited to bring this product to market here soon.